Hello everyone, today we are going to evaluate reduction formulas. So as you can see, we are going to evaluate in is equals to integration of secant to the power of n x where n is greater than or equals to 2. So this is Riyaz teaching you max 2b. Let's get started. First of all, the basic things what you have to know is whenever take x to the power of a minus b, which can be written as xa into x minus b. This is the general thing what you have to understand before starting to solve the problem. So the given question is in is equals to secant to the power nx dx. So secant to the power of n x can be written as secant to the power of n minus 2x into secant square x. In short, what we are doing is we are adding and subtracting secant square x, or we can say secant to the power of 2 minus 2x is equals to secant to the power of 0 x, which is nothing but 1. Got it? This thing we are doing here. So the next steps here, it will be in is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2x into secant square x dx. Right? So just we have added and subtracted the powers. That's it, in a very simple way. So the next thing, if you keenly observe this, you may notice that secant square x is the derivative of tan x. D by dx of tan x dx is nothing but secant square x. So derivative can be written as u on the power dash, it is dash. So this is in the form of uv dash. This is in the form of uv dash. Why? Because this secant square x, this secant square x is the derivative of tan x. So hence this maybe you maybe call it as v dash, u dash, or anything, but it's the derivative of something. If the derivative is in the multiplication of another secant or another variable, then we use this formula uv dash is equals to uv minus integration of u dash v dx. What we use in simple, integration of uv dash is equals to uv minus vu u dash v dx. So what is v dash here? V dash is secant square x. How come? How? Because it is the derivative of tan x dx. Hence derivative is written as dash. So v dash is equals to secant x. Then v is what? Then v is equals to tan x. So we got v dash. Now what is u? U is nothing but this secant n minus 2x, right? Can be written as, we are just assuming, let u is equal to secant n minus 2x. So what will be the derivative? Because we need the derivative. U dash is nothing but derivative. So what will be the derivative? Du or u dash is equals to, you know the formula, that x to the power of n. If you derive this, if you find the derivation of this, what you get is n into x to the power of n minus 1. So remember the formulas. So this is the formula what we are using now. Next, so what is the power here? N minus 2. In the place of n we have n minus 2, right? Next, secant to the power of n minus 2 minus 1, because n is minus 2 here, and in the formula we have n minus 1. So in the place of n we have n minus 2, we have wrote n minus 2, and minus 1 as it is minus 1 secant x, right? But here we only have x, so the derivative of dx by x is equals to 1. So we didn't did any derivative of x because it's 1. But we here have secant x, so we have to derive derivation of secant x also. So what is the formula for the derivation of secant x? N minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. So what is the derivative of secant x? The derivative of secant x is tan x secant x. Now solving more, we get n minus 2 secant n minus 3x. The power of secant here is 1. So minus 3 plus 1, right? Multiplying means nothing but we are adding the powers as I have told you in the beginning. Here that x a minus b is nothing but x a into x minus b. In the same way, secant n minus 3 into secant x is nothing but secant n minus 3 plus 1 x tan x, right? This is equals to n minus 2 secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x u dash. So we have u, we have v dash, u dash and v. So now just substitute all the things in this form. Now as it is, as the given equation we have converted into this form, uv dash form. So we are now writing this step in the place of u, we are writing secant to the power of n minus 2 x. In the place of v, we have to write tan x. Tan x minus integration of u dash. What is the u dash? Here it is n minus 2 secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x into v. What is v? Tan x. V is tan x into dx. Now secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x minus, we are taking n minus 2 outside, right? We are taking n minus 2 outside of the integration. So what we get next? Integration of secant n minus 2 x tan x. Tan x is nothing but tan square x dx, right? Right. So we got here tan square x. According to trigonometric equations, what is tan square x? Tan square x is nothing but secant square x minus 1, right? Secant square x minus 1. So we are substituting in place of tan square x secant square x minus 1. Now secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x minus n minus 2 integration of secant to the power of n minus 2 x. In the place of tan square x, we are writing secant square x minus 1 because tan square x is equals to secant square x minus 1 dx. Now we have to multiply this. Multiply secant n to the n minus 2 and to the secant to the power of n minus 2 x with secant square x secant to the power of n minus 2 x minus 1, right? And also multiply this dx at the same time. So what we get here? Secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x minus n minus 2 secant to the power of n minus 2 x into secant square x, right? Right. Next, minus, sorry, secant square x, we have to multiply dx as well. Dx minus secant to the power of n minus 2 x dx. Now secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x minus n minus 2. See here, same. Secant to the power of n minus 2 into secant square x is nothing but it's the addition of powers. N minus 2 plus 2, which means This minus 2 plus 2 get cancelled. What we get is secant to the power of n x dx minus secant to the power of n minus 2 x dx. Now multiply this n minus 2 with this both. What we get? We get here secant to the power of n minus 2x tan x minus n minus 2 integration of secant to the power of nx dx minus into minus it's plus. This minus into this minus it's plus n minus 2 secant to the power of n minus 2x dx. So in is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2x tan x minus n minus 2 integration of, how can we write this? We can write this in the form of in, right? Look here, in is equals to secant to the power of nx dx. So I am just replacing it, in plus n minus 2. How can we write this? In minus 2, right? Here it's nothing but, what does this mean is, if here it is n, you have to keep here n. If it's here n minus 2, then you have to put n minus 2 here. So we can just equate like that. So what we got finally, in is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2x tan x minus n minus 2 in in. Integration will not be remain again. So n minus 2 in plus n minus 2 n minus 2. So continue this. Continuing, in is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2x tan x minus n minus 2 in plus n minus 2 in minus 2. If you notice, we have in in the equation, right? So what we are doing is, just we are taking this in minus 2 to the left hand side. In, how can we write this? It's plus n minus 2 in is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2x tan x plus n minus 2 in minus 2. If you notice, I'm multiplying this. In plus n in minus 2 in is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2x tan x plus n minus 2 in minus 2, right? If you notice, it's 1 in minus 2 in. What will be the answer? Minus in minus in is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2x tan x plus n minus 2 in minus 2. So what is the common here? I'm taking out in as common. N here minus 1 is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x plus n minus 2 in minus 2. Sending this n minus 1 to the right hand side, what you get? It's in the numerator, it will come into the denominator. In is equals to secant to the power of n minus 2 x tan x plus n minus 2 in minus 2. In by n minus 1. In is equals to secant n minus 2 x tan x by n minus 1 plus n minus 2 by n minus 1 in minus 2. What we did here, we have separated the denominators. So we have separated for secant n minus 2x tan x by n minus 1 n minus 2 by n minus 1 in minus 2. So we just separated the denominators. So this is the final evaluation of the given equation. Secant n minus 2 x tan x by n minus 1 plus n minus 2 by n minus 1 in minus 2, right? So in the question, what we have given is, we have to evaluate I5 as well. I5, if you notice in the question, it has been given that should be greater than or equals to 2. What if n is equals to 1? If n is equals to 1, just directly we have to substitute 1 and 1 here. So what we'll get for I1? I1 is nothing but secant x dx. So you have to remember this. The evaluated formula is only applicable when n is greater than or equals to 2. Now we are going to solve I5. What does this mean? This means that wherever you find n, just replace it with 5. I5 is equals to secant n minus 2. So n at the place of n, right? 5. 5 minus 2 x tan x by n minus 1 is 5 minus 1 plus n minus 2 means 5 minus 2 by 5 minus 1 into I 5 minus 2. Right? Next. Move on. Is equals to secant cube x, 5 minus 2 is 3, secant cube x tan x by 5 minus 1 is 4 plus 5 minus 2 is 3 by 4. I 5 minus 2 is I 3. Now again, if you notice here it's 3, so again bring the same formula here. Secant 3x tan x by 4 plus 3 by 4. I3 means we have to substitute instead of n as 3, wherever we find n as 3. So formula here it is in the brackets. Secant to the power of n means 3 minus 2 x tan x by n minus 1 means 3 minus 1 plus n minus 2 means 3 minus 2 by 3 minus 1 into I of 5 minus 2. Here it's I 3 minus 2. So what you get here, secant cube x tan x by 4 into 3 by plus 3 by 4 whole bracket secant 3 minus 2 it's 1 secant x tan x by 2 plus 3 minus 2 it's 1 by 2. I 3 minus 2 is I1, right? I1. Next, secant 3 secant to the power of secant cube x tan x by 4 plus 3 by 4, multiply this denominator, 3 by 8 secant x tan x plus 3 by 8, 3 ones 3, 4 twos are 8 into I1, right? We have just simply multiplied this 3 by 4, 3 by 4, 3 into this numerator, 4 into this 2, it's 8, 3 into the denominator 1, 3, 4 into 2 in the denominator 8. So what is I1? I have told you, if In is secant to the power of nx dx, the evaluation formula is only for n greater than or equals to 2, but it's 1, so we have to directly substitute here. I1 is equals to integration of secant cube. So what we get is secant cube x tan x by 4 plus 3 by 8 secant x tan x plus 3 by 8 integration of secant x dx. So secant cube x tan x by 4 plus 3 by 8 secant x tan x plus 3 by 8. What is the integration of secant x dx? Log, it's log secant x plus tan x, log of secant x plus tan x, log secant x plus tan x plus c. So we have to remember the formulas so that we won't get confused. We can easily solve the problem if we know the formulas, right? So this is the final answer to the given question. Hope you understand this. If you understand, do like the video. If you have any doubt, do comment, and please, if you like the video, share with your friends. Thank you for watching.